As I sped down the winding, fog-shrouded road, my knuckles turned white from gripping the wheel so tightly. The moonless night made it even more challenging to navigate, and the dense forest on either side of the road seemed to close in around me, casting eerie shadows that danced in the periphery of my vision. Rain pounded against the windshield, obscuring my view, and the wipers squeaked in protest. I had always been a cautious driver, but this drive was different. I had chosen this unfamiliar route to save time, but an inexplicable unease had settled in my gut. The radio had lost its signal long ago, leaving me alone with the haunting symphony of rain and wind. My mind began to play tricks on me. I imagined phantom figures darting across the road, their eyes reflecting in my headlights before vanishing into the inky blackness of the woods. I shook my head, trying to dispel the irrational fear that gripped me. Rounding a particularly sharp curve, my headlights revealed something chilling. A hitchhiker stood at the roadside, drenched in rain, thumb outstretched. My heart raced, and a shiver ran down my spine. I had thought I was the only one on this forsaken road. I decided to stop, if only to ease my conscience. Rolling down the window, I looked at the stranger. He wore a hood that concealed his face, and his voice came out in a hollow, whispery tone as he asked for a ride to the nearest town. Reluctantly, I unlocked the passenger door, and he climbed in. The car's interior grew colder, and an uncomfortable silence settled between us. The hitchhiker didn't say much, only the occasional cryptic comment about the weather and the darkness. My unease deepened, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. Minutes turned into hours, and the stranger directed me down increasingly remote and winding roads. Panic gnawed at me as I realized I was hopelessly lost in this desolate wilderness. I stole glances at my passenger, and his appearance seemed to change, his features becoming more gaunt and ghostly. My heart pounded, and I knew I had to escape this nightmare. With trembling hands, I pulled over to the side of the road and told the hitchhiker I needed a moment. As I exited the car, I heard him whisper, "You should have never picked me up." When I turned to confront him, he was gone. Panic overwhelmed me as I jumped back into the driver's seat and sped away. The winding road seemed endless, the forest a never-ending labyrinth. Hours later, I finally emerged from the woods, my car sputtering to a stop on a desolate stretch of highway. My phone had no signal, and there was no sign of the hitchhiker or the road I had been on. I was left with a chilling question. Had I escaped something supernatural that night, or had I fallen victim to a sinister trap on that ominous road?